From 2002 to 2022, 6 tournaments, dozens of legends, but only 11 can make the cut. So we asked 5 different AIs one simple question. Who belongs in the best World Cup 11 of the 21st century? Tonight, you'll see the answer. Because here, AI decides. Based only on performances on the world's biggest stage, the World Cups between 2002 and 2022, let's reveal the best World Cup 11 of the 21st century. We start between the posts, and this one was unanimous. All 5 AIs chose Manuel Neuer. In 2014, Neuer was unstoppable, keeping clean sheets against Portugal, the United States, and France, and delivering that legendary sweeper-keeper performance against Algeria in the round of 16 that left the world speechless. He won the Golden Glove, helped Germany lift their 4th World Cup trophy, and finished 3rd in the Ballon d'Or voting, the highest finish for a goalkeeper since 2006. 5 votes out of 5, Manuel Neuer guards the goal. With the goalkeeper locked in, we move to the defense. On the right side of defense, ChatGPT went with Philipp Lahm, the German captain who lifted the 2014 World Cup trophy in Brazil. Lahm played in 3 consecutive World Cups, 2006, 2010, and 2014, and was named to the All-Star team in all 3 tournaments and led Germany to glory in 2014. With tactical intelligence, tireless energy, and the ability to play on both flanks, Lahm is considered one of the greatest fullbacks in World Cup history. Grok, however, voted for Cafu, the Brazilian legend who played in 3 consecutive World Cup finals and lifted the trophy twice. But then DeepSeek, Gemini, and Claude decided that Philipp Lahm is our right back. With 4 votes to 1, Philipp Lahm secures the right back position. At the first center-back slot, there's a strong consensus. Claude voted for Raphael Varane, the French center-back who won the 2018 World Cup and anchored France's defense in their run to the 2022 final. But it was very obvious who the winner is, with ChatGPT, Gemini, DeepSeek, and Grok all voting for Fabio Cannavaro, Italy's captain and defensive rock who led the Azzurri to World Cup glory in 2006. Cannavaro's tournament in Germany was legendary. Italy kept 5 clean sheets and conceded only 2 goals. His performance in the semi-final against Germany is still regarded as one of the greatest individual defensive displays in World Cup history, and he even won the Ballon d'Or in 2006 for his heroics. With 4 votes to 1, Fabio Cannavaro takes the first center-back position. And who partners him? ChatGPT voted for Carles Puyol, the Spanish warrior who led La Roja to the first ever World Cup triumph in 2010. Puyol started every match in South Africa and played almost every minute of the tournament. His iconic header against Germany in the semi-final sent Spain to their first World Cup final, a moment that defined his legacy. Claude voted for Sergio Ramos, also part of Spain's 2010 triumph, and was a very important piece in Spain's trajectory in the competition. Grok chose Diego Godin, Uruguay's captain, who led his country to 4th place in 2010 and the quarterfinals in 2018. A master of defensive positioning and aerial duels, and one of the most respected center-backs of the 2010s. With 3 options to decide, it was up to Gemini and DeepSeek, who chose Carles Puyol. With 3 votes, Carlos Puyol secures the second center-back spot. On the left side of defense, Claude voted for Marcelo. Marcelo's dynamic attacking runs and creative playmaking from left back were instrumental in Brazil's multiple World Cup campaigns. DeepSeek supported Paolo Maldini. Maldini's elegance, consistency, and defensive mastery at left back helped Italy reach 2 World Cup finals and a semi-final, cementing his legacy as one of the greatest defenders ever to grace the tournament. But the winner was decided by ChatGPT, Gemini, and Grok, who voted for Roberto Carlos, the explosive left back who redefined the position. He won the 2002 World Cup and was named to the World Cup All-Star team twice. With 3 votes, Roberto Carlos locks down the left flank. With the defense complete, we move into the heart of the pitch. At the anchor position, the vote was decisive. ChatGPT went with Sergio Busquets. He was the metronome of Spain's midfield during the 2010 World Cup triumph, controlling the tempo with his intelligent positioning and precise passing that allowed Spain's attack to flourish. While DeepSeek voted for Javier Mascherano, Argentina's warrior in 2010 and 2014, he delivered heroic defensive performances throughout Argentina's run to the 2014 World Cup final, making crucial tackles and blocks that kept his team in contention, giving stability in the midfield. But once again, Gemini, Claude, and Grok decided the winner, who is N'Golo Kante, France's tireless engine who powered Les Bleus to World Cup glory in 2018. Kante covered more ground than any other French player in Russia. His relentless pressing, ball-winning ability, and discipline were the foundation of France's defensive solidity. With 3 votes, N'Golo Kante takes the defensive midfield role. At the central midfield position, the debate reached a crescendo. Claude voted for Xavi Hernandez. Xavi orchestrated Spain's possession-based dominance throughout the 2010 World Cup, dictating play with his visionary passing and earning a spot in the tournament's all-star team as La Roja claimed their first-ever title. Then Grok chose Andres Iniesta. Iniesta was Spain's most influential player in 2010, providing creativity and crucial goals, including the extra-time winner against the Netherlands in the final. For the third time, ChatGPT, Gemini, and DeepSeek thought differently and voted for Luka Modric, Croatia's maestro, who led Croatia on a fairy tale run to the World Cup final, winning the Golden Ball as the tournament's best player. He scored 2 goals, provided an assist, and led the tournament in minutes played and distance covered. And 4 years later, at age 37, he led Croatia to a third-place finish. With 3 votes, Luka Modric claims the central midfield spot. And in the number 10 role, total harmony. All 5 AIs voted for Zinedine Zidane. Zidane's 2006 World Cup campaign was transcendent. At 34 years old, in his final tournament, he carried France to the final almost single-handedly. His masterclass against Brazil in the quarterfinals, where he dominated Ronaldinho, Kaká, and Roberto Carlos, is considered one of the greatest individual performances in World Cup history. Zidane won the Golden Ball as the tournament's best player, becoming the oldest recipient of the award. He scored 3 goals, including a Panenka penalty in the final against Italy. Unanimous. Zinedine Zidane commands the attacking midfield. With the midfield set, we move to the attack. On the right wing, we witnessed a fierce battle. ChatGPT and Gemini voted for Lionel Messi, the man who finally completed his legacy in 2022. Messi is the only player in history to win the World Cup Golden Ball twice, in 2014 and 2022. In Qatar, he was unstoppable. 7 goals, 3 assists, and a record 5 Man of the Match awards in a single tournament. He became the first player ever to score in the group stage, round of 16, quarterfinal, semi-final, and final of the same World Cup. His 13 World Cup goals place him 4th on the all-time list. On the other hand, Claude and Grok voted for Arjen Robben. The Dutchman was electrifying in the 2014 World Cup, terrorizing defenses with his blistering pace and scoring crucial goals, leading the Netherlands to a third-place finish and earning himself a spot in the tournament's dream team. With 2 votes each, it was up to DeepSeek to decide the winner, who is Lionel Messi. With 3 votes to 2, Lionel Messi takes the right-wing position. Leading the line, the vote was a clash between 2 legends. ChatGPT and Gemini opened with Miroslav Klose, the German striker who holds the all-time World Cup goal-scoring record with 16 goals across 4 tournaments. His consistency, professionalism, and clutch performances make him a World Cup legend. Claude and DeepSeek voted for Ronaldo Nazario. The Fenomeno was unstoppable in the 2002 World Cup. 8 goals in the tournament, including 2 in the final against Germany. Golden Boot winner, World Cup champion. His 15 World Cup goals stood as the all-time record until 2014. Across 3 World Cups, he scored in every knockout stage match he played. So, once again, 2 votes each. And it was up to Grok to decide the winner, who is Ronaldo Nazario. With 3 votes to 2, Ronaldo Nazario leads the attack. And on the left wing, overwhelming consensus. ChatGPT voted for Kylian Mbappé, France's generational talent who has already made World Cup history. In 2018, at just 19 years old, Mbappé became the second teenager after Pelé to score in a World Cup final. He won the Best Young Player award and helped France lift the trophy. 4 years later, in 2022, he was even more devastating. 8 goals, including a hat-trick in the final against Argentina. Only the second player in history to achieve that feat. He won the Golden Boot and set the record for most goals in World Cup finals with 4. But Claude countered, voting for Neymar. Neymar was Brazil's standout performer in the 2014 World Cup, scoring 4 goals and carrying his team to the semi-finals before a devastating back injury ended his tournament prematurely. He returned in 2018 and 2022 as Brazil's talisman, showcasing moments of brilliance and playmaking magic, though the elusive World Cup title continued to escape him, despite his individual quality. To complete our team, Gemini, DeepSeek, and Grok all aligned forces and chose our left winger, who is Kylian Mbappé. With 4 votes to 1, Kylian Mbappé completes the attack. And no World Cup squad is complete without reinforcements. On the bench we have Goalkeeper, Iker Casillas, Spain's 2010 World Cup winning captain. Defender, Rafael Varane, 2-time World Cup finalist with France. Defender, Sergio Ramos, Spain's 2010 champion. Midfielder, Xavi Hernandez, the architect of Spain's tiki-taka triumph. Midfielder, Andres Iniesta, scorer of the 2010 World Cup winning goal. Forward, Miroslav Klose, the all-time World Cup top scorer with 16 goals. Forward, Neymar, Brazil's creative spark across 3 World Cups. So, there it is, the best World Cup 11 of the 21st century, chosen entirely by artificial intelligence. From Neuer's sweeper-keeper revolution to Mbappé's explosive emergence, from Zidane's final masterpiece to Messi's ultimate coronation, this is the team that defined 21st century World Cup football. Now it's your turn. Do you agree with the AI's picks? Which player was robbed? Who doesn't belong? Drop your thoughts in the comments and subscribe for more AI-powered football content. Because in the end, AI decides.